It's late, the world's asleep. I'm wide awake. Never, ever, ever, I will never, ever, ever, ever be the same. Feel the same. Be the same. Feel the same.
Now what?
Going for a ride.
Oh, son of a...
It's been 3 years since we made Beulah, which was also a trip up to Scotland, masterminded by Stefan, who did the route. He's a tour guide, so he's very experienced. Can't say that without laughing, but he is a genuinely very experienced. Some might call him a celebrity, actually.
Will basically said to me, I really need you to be in a film again. Your head on the...
We, being Brother Cycles, are collaborating with Panair.
So yeah, we've joined forces again. Nothing's changed. We're wanting to launch a bikepacking trip in Scotland. Will's launching his bike.
It's called the Métis. We often seem to choose names that people can't really pronounce or don't really understand. It means a yeti. It's a mountain-dwelling man-beast. We're going to get the train up to London, all meet at the shop, do a final kit check, and then we're getting a sleeper train up to Scotland. And to be 100% honest, I don't really know exactly what we're doing at that point.
It's really intimidating out there. It's beautiful from the train, it really is.
It is the UK's highest, remotest train station.
Now you tell us. Although you're expecting it to be cold, because it's Scotland, it's November, I think there was a moment of realisation that it was really cold. My fingers were numb before we'd even started riding. We've basically got the original crew that were on Beulah, Luke, filmmaker, and Jordan.
You're actually amazing.
And now we've got Dave, who works at Panair, and Taylor, who works at Cloud9 Cycles.
I've never even attempted to cycle in this type of weather before. Think warm, be warm.
This area of Scotland's fantastic because you get that escape feeling. Gravel tracks, reservoirs, wild moorland, so we can really head off the beaten track. We've got the bones of a nice four-day route in the middle of nowhere. Done about 30k now, probably.
It's 2:30.
2:30.
What time to get dark?
4:30.
4?
But yeah, gonna head down this snowy track, and then there's a bit of an unknown footpath.
At about 4 o'clock, we got onto a lockside trail. Going was really slow.
The unknown is the conditions. The weather can really affect where we are. It's pretty exposed, so in my head I knew our plans would change.
Talk of making it to the distillery tour had ceased. Also, I think our final original warm and dry destination had been forgotten.
Stefan knew of a bothy on the shores of the loch.
And we saw this house in the distance, and a few of us were like, okay, maybe that's it. And the night started coming, and the rain was coming, and there was sort of this level of uncertainty about what the night would hold. We really weren't sure what we would do if this wasn't it.
Tell me it's open!
Knowing that that bothy was actually a bothy and it was open, oh, massive relief. My bothy staple, set of fairy lights. Lockside, traditional Cullen skink. Classic adventure style. We tried a lockside path that was on the map. It looked like a good one, but it was sheer drops, wet cliffs, peaty bogs. So we're just going to track back and take the nice single track road. Riding in winter just means having a few more things planned out and making sure there are rough backup plans. The responsibility in being the one who knows where we're going and what we're doing and what it might be like is the hard bit.
Just at the point at which we all thought, right, the walking is over, my feet are wet, but we can start riding. It actually got considerably worse.
Yeah, I just went through the bush.
The aim for me is to connect ace places and amazing sections of riding, and sometimes those connections don't work as well as I want them to.
My first thought was, where did my life go so wrong? But as a sort of test of teamwork and camaraderie and all that kind of stuff, it was actually kind of brilliant.
2 days in, it's like we've been doing this for weeks and we're all getting on well and laughing. It's great. Yeah.
So we are on the shores of Loch Rannoch. Just come off the tarmac, which no one can see. Looks like it's about midnight. It's just after 5:30. About to do our last 15k climb. To our left and right there were just these amazing moonlit Munros, and there was a full moon, and it was my favourite bit. Yeah. Made it. Cheers. So this is a Cranachan. Bit of whiskey.
Glacé cherry finish.
Nicely done.
This middle night's definitely been a recoup and a reset.
A very welcome, warm, properly heated bit of accommodation.
It feels like we've earned a sunny, nice morning and day.
I might just go naked.
We're embracing the Vasalando spirit, yeah. We're going places, but without much urgency of arrival.
I feel like we've had such a good experience already. We're all getting on well, and we've had rain, we've had snow, we've now got some sunshine. I'm happy with whatever happens next.
Let's meet each other.
2, 1. 2, 1.
So today's riding is fantastic. We've got about 40k to do to our next overnight stop. So we're going to retrace a bit of our track. We'll cross Rannoch Moor, something I'd wanted to do for a few years now.
Advised strongly against it by the wicked landowner, but it's up to you.
Is it your land?
Yes.
He was a bit sceptical about us doing it, but he reckoned we had just enough daylight.
We have wonderful sunset. Well, it must be 1.5 miles, I would think. And then you're on your own a bit, really.
Yeah.
And it's a bit of a push and a shove.
When you say he was a bit sceptical, he said, "You're mad to try it." I wouldn't do it myself. At which point, yeah, there were definitely some nerves in the group.
One huge, wet, boggy mess, basically.
Yeah. That pretty much sums it up.
And that's basically what it was.
And there's something about the sun visibly going down that builds a slight sense of urgency.
So it was just a case of making sure everyone was happy, helping each other out where we needed, pushing bikes, scrambling over bogs, just following the pylons.
It's not 100% certain which way we're going, or it's not 100% certain where you're going to spend the night, and that's part of the fun of it.
Just saying, this is up there, being one of my absolute best end of day arrivals at accommodation.
There it is!
It was a very carefully selected group of people to come together and do this. It's just a really special space to be in with complete strangers who now are not complete strangers at all. So I definitely feel like I've pulled sort of like energy and support from other people. And I think we've all done that for each other in like a mutual way. There's definitely been an exchange of like friendship and dynamics and lifting each other up when needed.
We're starting in Glencoe and then basically doing West Highland Way route, the old Drovers route, finishing up in Bridgewater for the sleeper train. We don't aim to cover huge distances when we're out riding. A lot of it's about off the bike stuff too. It's about using a bike to get places that you wouldn't be able to get to otherwise.
It's been this sort of like time warp away from life.
You feel like you're in remote areas, you feel like you're doing something you haven't done before. We're not actually pushing ourselves to any sort of dangerous limit, but we're outside of our day-to-day life.
It's a bit risky.
Well done, cameraman.
There we go. Got our root beer.
Totally different trip that we had in mind and had planned, but beautiful nonetheless. Bit high. Oh, we got. That's so not bad. That's not bad.
That's really good.
Cheers, Scotland.